A former Disneyland princess is found guilty of covering up a depraved double murder committed by her fiancé. The killer's motive? Money to pay for their upcoming dream wedding and honeymoon. Take a look at how this twisted story unfolds. In May 2010, California theater actors Daniel Wozniak and his fiancée Rachel Mae Buffett were planning to tie the knot in little more than a week. But with no money to pay for their wedding, Wozniak lured his friend, 26-year-old Sam Hare, an Afghan war hero, to a local theater where he shot him twice in the head, then decapitated and dismembered him, all with the intention of stealing his savings account. Hours later, in an attempt to cover up the murder, the depraved killer lured Sam's 23-year-old friend, Julie Kaboishi, to Sam's apartment, where he shot her twice in the head and convincingly staged the gruesome scene to look as if she'd been raped and murdered by Sam. In the hours between the murders, Wozniak performed in a local production of 9 alongside fiancée Rachel. Days later, police found a backpack loaded with incriminating evidence, and Wozniak confessed.
I'm crazy and I did it. I killed Julie and I killed Sam.
Your motive behind killing Sam?
Money and insanity.
Money and insanity. Okay.
Wozniak was sentenced to death in 2016. His fiancée Rachel was charged with lying to police to protect him, but she denied any involvement. And in 2013, she tried to convince Dr. Phil of her innocence.
I trusted him, and I trusted that what he said was true, and especially before I thought it really mattered, I didn't question it.
I'm watching you close because you're an actress and you're a good one.
Now, 8 years after the murders, the former Disneyland princess has been found guilty of accessory to murder after the fact and is awaiting sentencing. And joining us now is crimeonline.com's Nancy Grace. So Nancy, as Rachel tried to cover for her fiancé, in your opinion, just how serious were the lies that she told police?
Well, of course, they're extremely serious. And what's so incredible is that instead of saving money or putting off their wedding, the idea Wozniak had was to kill 2 people, including an Afghanistan Army veteran who had saved all his hazard pay. Awful!
And Nancy, we know that Daniel Wozniak was sentenced to death, but Rachel is facing only 3.5 years max. In your opinion, is that enough time?
3.5 years max for having anything to do with a double murder of a young girl and an Army veteran? No, it's not enough time. But they could not prove she was in on the murders, so that's what we're left with. Accessory after the fact. It doesn't seem fair, does it, Jesse?
No, it doesn't, Nancy. As always, thank you so much for sharing your insight.